Sounds correct.
Doc and the captain in new surroundings, right, Drew?
Look out.
We are here today. We're going to discuss motivation. In the climate and time that we're in right now, races continue to get crossed off of your to-do list, and for many, it might send you into a little bit of a tailspin on what do I do next, or how do I continue to move forward, keeping some form of normalcy through this process. So today we wanted to just discuss and go over some things that you might be able to implement to kind of maintain that consistency, maintain that really that effort that is going to push you to keeping some type of control in your life, which is going to be somewhat important at this point. So
Absolutely.
Drew, what are some of the first things that you would talk about that you've kind of overcome through this process to maintain?
I mean, the biggest thing for me is having somebody to keep me accountable. Actually, so if I miss a workout, or if I do something, I miss a workout, I miss 2 in a row. Guess who's gonna say something to me? So that good old accountability partner. Or someone you can just have discussions with. Every time I see Aaron, which isn't as often right now, we talk about what workouts we did yesterday, what workouts we're doing today. Oh, my swim was terrible today. I was stuck to a tether. I'm like, yeah, I really need to do that. Anyway, but that accountability partner is kind of key for that, because it keeps you motivated. It keeps you in the mix without losing a bunch of workouts.
Just layers of accountability. I mean, just like in anything that you do in life, the more people that you have to be accountable to, the more likely that you're going to get those things done. So I think that is a very good thing to kind of implement into your daily regime. I like to poke the bear, so that's just one of those things that I kind of fit well with that accountability aspect where, hey, what did you do today? So it's just it's finding that person that will be tough on you when you need it, and also kind of give you that positive praise when you also need that. So it's not about just beating that other person up because you didn't do it. Sometimes it's a matter of just having a conversation to making sure that they're in a good place and you're in a good place. So it's a good thing to have, and that leads us to something else that also kind of creates that accountability, but also is a very, very good aspect that Zwift and TrainerRoad are providing with those group rides. And I know that the CTC Club is doing a great job of communicating different rides and runs through the course of the week, giving people the opportunity to kind of tag along and be in a group of individuals that you're familiar with. I know TrainerRoad also rolled this product out, so it's a very good way to, one, if you tell somebody that you're going to be at that ride on Saturday at 9 o'clock, one, you're going to have to be ready and get on the ride at 9 o'clock. Therefore, you got your ride in. But two, you're also going to be there and getting your work in for that particular day.
Yeah, and some socializing too, which is important right now.
Absolutely. So it's not all of us are robots. I sometimes consider myself a robot. I just kind of click play and go, but it is good to have those individuals surrounding you that, one, also in that arena you can also compete in. So it's something that you're able to, do a little bit of a sprint in. I mean, they all have those comms and they have the little sprint windows in them. Give it everything that you got and talk a little trash in that particular case if you want to, whatever it might be.
That always works for me.
So what else, Drew, would you kind of point at?
I mean, consistency. Consistency is the most important thing here. And I know that, it's tough. It truly is tough. You're thinking about too many other things right now. You're worried about too many other things. But being consistent is a very important aspect here. So if you miss a workout, that's okay. You know, I tell my patients, I tell everybody that I talk to, life gets in the way. They'll come in and say, I didn't do my home exercise program. I say, that's okay. Did you do it the next day? Yeah. I said, good. You're being consistent. So if you miss a day, that's fine. Make it up the next day. Or, you know, just do that workout the next day. Just don't let the one day missing, or, you know, if 2 days happen in a row that you can't get something in, you're an off day plus another day, that's okay. Make sure the third day is there. Don't let 1 or 2 days turn into a week. Don't let 1 or 2 days turn into 2 weeks or a month or whatever the case. So consistency.
Well, and really with that, Drew, I mean, the more days that you kind of put in between that last workout and the potential next workout, the harder it is to get back into the routine of things. So
absolutely.
It really, when 2 days turns into 4 days, 4 days easily then turns into 8, and then it just kind of rolls downhill from there. So it's really controlling that aspect of, you know what, I missed it 2 days this week. I need to get back up on the horse. And also, speaking on your first point, that's also a good place where that accountability individual will come in and just kind of assist you in saying, hey, let's just do this together, or whatever it might be. So consistency is a very, very, very important aspect, and it's just going to, again, just lead to normalcy. And I think so many people right now are just looking for something to consider normal. Mm-hmm. And I think that consistency is something that's just like the sun coming up every day. It's just going to be that consistency is just something you do and you get it done, and that's the control that you have on your life, and that's going to be a very important piece. It's
amazing how much better you feel with we do this all the time, but with any form of cardiovascular exercise, how much better you feel. If you do it in the morning, the whole day feels better, at least to me. You know, like Aaron said, it's bright and sunny in the day. You're going to feel better. You know, you're going to be happier. You won't have, you know, negative anything in your head. The same thing happens to me. If I wake up, I get up early and I get my 5 a.m. ride in, which hasn't been very often, by the way, for me, maybe for this guy. You just feel better. You feel like the day is set. The day is, you know, going to be a good one, regardless of what happens.
Well, and I mean, it's just like you said. I always recommend those early morning workouts because they kind of set the tempo and the tone for the day. It just, you've kind of set the bar up here, and you have to reach that bar the rest of the day. And that's just one of the things that I kind of set my sights on, is that when many of you probably hear me when you ask me, hey, how things going? Fantastic is typically always the answer. Even if I'm not fantastic, I have something that I need to reach at that point. If the day that it is, I am fantastic, it's a heck of a lot easier to maintain that fantastic. But if I told you that I feel fantastic in that moment I don't, I have a little bit of work to do. So that's just one of those things that I also kind of work into my day. So that makes perfect sense. And another thing, especially as we start to increase temperatures, I know we've been kind of on a very rocky or roller coaster ride with. We've gotten a couple of days of really nice temperatures, and then we've got smacked in the face with some junk. Mm-hmm. But if you are going to be getting outside, or even if you build some workouts on those virtual, as in Trainer Road or Zwift, these things kind of come up that I've heard, and I think it's a great idea, is your Strava segments. Just competing against some things that either you did last week or maybe that you did last year at that particular point. Yes, we might not have those races on the calendar right now, but you can build something up for yourself to really develop something to drive yourself to that next level. And look, you might have done, let's say, a century ride in July last year leading into a particular event. Well, maybe that event's not going to happen, but you can still have that goal of, well, I want to hit that century ride, but this year I would like to do it a little bit better. Whether it be I want to have a lower heart rate, or I want to climb a little bit more, or I want to do it a little bit faster. Kind of building in your own projection or your own event in that process can be a really, really good source of motivation, because it's going to give you something still to work towards. Just because that race is not on the calendar doesn't mean that things stop. Life does not stop. We can put these things and develop them ourselves and compete against them, whether that be one of the virtual races that Ironman is putting on, and I think I've seen a couple of other companies start to bring this together.
Zoom one too. Zoom was doing it as well.
Okay.
For local.
So I mean, and those are things that are still going to be there. But if you do not want to participate in a group, you just want to focus and tie it in on yourself. These are things. Look back into your Strava segments or your Training Peaks, whatever you might use to kind of keep track of your old workouts. Look at things that maybe you want to compete against that you did last year, or building up a workout that you are going to do on a week-to-week basis. And yes, that first week, it was hard as heck, but 4 weeks down the road, I did it 1 day a week, every week, and by that 4th week or 5th week or 6th week,
wasn't bad.
You know what? That got a heck of a lot easier. My heart rate came down. I got further than I did. My power outage, whatever it might be. We all have these tools. It's time to utilize these tools in a positive way. It's just stepping back from being in the moment and drawing up what your new goals are. And I think that this is a very important aspect. Is sometimes we don't ask, okay, well, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? Sometimes that answer might just be, I want to get a little bit better at cycling. I want to get a little bit better at biking, or running. These are things that by building in workouts, by spending more time doing these workouts, that's going to be the natural progression in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. So it's taking a step back, questioning yourself of where do you want to go from here, and then drawing out a plan from there. It's typically not going to work if Drew and I just tell you, hey, go do this. It might, but in a lot of cases, it's going to have you questioning, well, why did I do this? Mm-hmm. And if you can't answer that question, if you can't step back and ask yourself, why do I race? Or why do I train? And by giving these answers and developing a plan around what those answers are, it's going to direct you in a place that's going to be a lot more healthy for yourself and a lot more beneficial for your long-term success as well. So those are things that I live by, and that's part of my robotic aspect, is that every day I'm competing against the day before to just try to be a little bit better person, a little bit better athlete, a little bit smarter, whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. I'm laying down that work. I'm laying down that foundation with just a little bit extra effort.
Yeah.
So these are things that we have had success with that lead us down a path of motivation.
Yeah. What works for you? Tell us. Share the comments. Let's have a discussion about it. Maybe you have the secret that might help somebody else.
Absolutely.
So, share with what works best for you, and let's have a little discussion.
Understand everybody's motivation is just slightly different. Mm-hmm. So what motivates myself might not motivate Drew. What motivates Drew might not motivate me. It could motivate both of us, and we could be lucky, but we're still sharing those thought processes. We're sharing our experiences, and we're building off of each other in that particular case. So I recommend, as a community, utilize the chat on this particular video, utilize the opportunity of what others are putting out there. So therefore, you might, like Drew said, you might have that magic that works for maybe just one person. But if that one person makes a positive change, that's a hell of an experience. That's a great thing. And that's going to be something that's going to help everybody in the grand scheme of things, because that one experience that one person then had is going to share that with multiple other people, and it's just going to roll downhill from there. So we really recommend, in this particular instance, communicate, share with what motivates you, so therefore you might be able to motivate somebody else. And if you can start that avalanche of motivation for one person or a group of people, you can sit back and say, you know what, I changed life in a positive way for somebody. And that is going to be a very, very positive experience. And that's something that's going to live with you and might also increase your motivation.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we are going to go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. I think that, again, we're going to put it out to the community. We've given a couple of ideas out there, but we want the community to kind of add their 2 cents and share what works for them. And you know what, Drew? I think we're going to continue to keep on training, right?
I never stop.
There we go. So go out there and make that magic and do something special.
Yeah. Have a great day.